Someone's probably going to be driving past Hague House just now and they're going to be wondering what this guy is doing with a laptop and a webcam. Right, okay. Hello everyone, welcome to week 7 of the Wednesday weigh-in at the weekend. I'm Ali McLaren and you join me this week from the roof of Hague House in Markinch. So welcome to week 7 of the Wednesday weigh-in at the weekend. We're halfway through our run of the weigh-in this year and I'm still just a little bit heavier than I was when I started. Like I said at the start, you join me on the roof of Hague House in Markinch. This is where Kingdom FM broadcasts from. Look, you can see over there, there's the train station, and if we kind of sort of move round, you'll see, well, south basically. And then if we come around a little bit further, look at that. That's how all the magic gets to you. It kind of gets beamed from here all the way across there. You probably can't see it so well, but our transmitter is up in the hill there. And that's us looking north over Markinch. And I'll tell you what, it's very beautiful. It's a great place to come. Maybe not this time of year, but it's a great place to come and contemplate life, the universe and everything. Not that we get a lot of time to do that anyhow. But yeah, so this is us here. So this week on the Wednesday weigh-in at the weekend, a rather interesting one, because this could go either way. I've been away all week doing a course which didn't really involve a lot of exercise, and you don't get usual sort of walking for the train and then walking to work and that sort of thing. And far too much food's available for you. So how would I do? Only one way to find out, and that's not the Harry Hill way. I think we just got to find out what happened in there. Quite excited about doing it this week. Last week on the weigh-in I lost I was going to say a pound. I think it was half a pound. I think it was even a pound. So yeah, lost half a pound, but still heavier than I started. I started 7 weeks ago now on 14 stone and 13 pounds. And this week, as I was explaining last week, was always going to be a challenging week because I was away in a residential course, and it was one of these ones where you're working a lot of the time, you're just studying constantly, or sleeping, or eating, and there wasn't a lot of walking between where you were staying and where you were actually doing the course. So it was a recipe for disaster, basically. However, I was determined that that wasn't going to happen. Now, what did complicate matters was I got the cold during the week as well. Again, the second week of having the cold. But even that, I thought, no, I can't let that that affect me. On the Tuesday night, I went and had a little steam room because I thought that might clear the tubes. Actually, it didn't. It made the cold worse. I had the worst day ever the next day. And then woke up on Thursday morning and thought, I feel good. I feel great. I'm almost back to normal. And here's my little secret. I went out that night and ran 3.5 kilometers. And then went to the pool and swam 900 meters. Shall we step on the scales and see what's happened as a result of that? If you've been following me on YouTube, actually, you'll have a good idea that something's definitely happened, because I went and I weighed myself last night just to find out, just to get an idea of whether it was going to be good or bad. And I'm just getting the official weight. I can tell you it's different to what I got last night. I can also tell you that the new weight on the Wednesday weigh-in at the weekend is 14 stone and 12 pounds. We've finally got under the original weight. Last night, actually, I had, what was it, 14 stone and 10 pounds, or 10 3/4 pounds. I was so excited about that, very excited about that. So another good week on the Wednesday weigh-in, and really pleased about that one. I was worried about how this week was going to go. Sat on the train last Sunday, heading for Englandshire, and I just thought, you know what, this is going to be a bad week. I'm not going to do enough exercise. I'd packed everything as well, but I just thought it's not going to happen. I'm going to be too busy this week. There's going to be far too many excuses, and it's just not going to happen. And certainly the Monday kind of confirmed that as well. Although we ended up in what was very beautiful surroundings with plenty of opportunity to go and do something. I woke up on the Monday morning and immediately thought, no, it's not going to happen today. But then, as it turned out, the workload wasn't as bad. So then I thought, well, that's fine. There's a health and sports centre here. Might get something done. So there was a little bit of hope there. And then I came down with the cold,
which wasn't good. So I went swimming on the Tuesday night just to see if it would clear my head, because I knew that they had a steam room at the leisure centre, but it didn't work. In fact, if anything, it made it worse. And on the Wednesday, just nose streaming constantly all day. I had an exam that day as well. I was just miserable. There's no other word for it. I was just absolutely miserable. But managed to get through that. Managed to get through the exam and pass the exam, which was brilliant. Went to bed early that night. Woke up the next morning, and it was almost like I'd never had the cold. It was over almost as quickly as that. So so that was fine. We got finished around about 5 o'clock on Thursday, and I thought, I've got to do this. I've got to make a start, because I'm meant to be training for a triathlon. I'm meant to be training for a half marathon as well. So I thought, yeah, definitely, we've got to do this. There's no ifs, buts, or maybes about this. So went out, just put on my running shoes and went out and did it. 3.5 kilometers, as simple as that. Just ran for a bit, decided to do an out and back, so ran for a bit. Eventually I ended up halfway down the A1 and thought, right, okay, let's stop here and we'll go back again. I should point out I wasn't on the roads, I was on the pavement, but still, and headed back, and in the end did that 3.5 kilometers in, I think it was 23 and a bit minutes, and that was fine. Went to dinner. After dinner, I thought, I want to go swimming as well. So went swimming. Decided just to do, say, 20 lengths. Did them and thought, I said, that was fine. Let's do a few more. Ended up at 40. And by that point, I decided that the length of the pool was possibly 10 metres. And I thought, well, that's 400 metres I've done, which is the distance I would have to swim for the novice triathlon. Let's see if I can get up to 75, or how close I can get to 75 without getting tired. So I did it. I did 75 lengths, then had a wee steam room and sauna and all that sort of thing. And on the way out, I thought, you know what, I'm going to ask them how far that is. And apparently the length of the pool is 12 metres, so I'd done 900 metres, which is great. So yeah, over the moon with that, and I've got it back. I've got that desire to go running and swimming and cycling and all that back. So with just one exercise this week and a loss of £2, let's see what happens next week. So that's it for the vodcast this week. 14 stone, 12 pounds is where we end up at the start of week 8. So let's see what we can do. Definitely this week. I'm going to go out running tomorrow. Well, say tomorrow. We're recording this on Saturday. I will have been out running. By the time this goes live, I will have been out running. And then want to try and squeeze in maybe a couple of trips to the pool, definitely a couple more runs. And we'll take it from there. The cycling will come on at some point, but the one thing I know for sure is that it's a bit early for the cycling. Even the running, I was running in a short sleeve top on Thursday night, and although the rest of me was fine, I had gloves on, I had a hat on, although the rest of me was fine, just this part of my arm was freezing. There was a freezing wind kind of sort of blowing against me as I ran into it, and by the end of the run, this was just red. It was just red raw, and it was just with the cold. So it's maybe a bit early for the cycling, because that's going to be even worse. So we shall see. Anyhow, thank you very much for watching the vlog this week, and week 8 online Sunday night at 10 o'clock, and look out on Friday night. You just never know. There may be another little teaser for the weekend.